5 out basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 out basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
But speaking of draft, we're returning to a 5-out staple. This will be, 5-out's 5th mock draft 5.0.
Damn.
That's historic.
Woo.
So we're going to go a little deeper in this. We're going to go 23 picks in because some teams got eliminated, so we know the order a little bit more.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I had some fun. I got to move my microphone so I can read my paper better.
you're good.
And I'm ready. And I'm going to go first
Mm-hmm.
because I need
So
to
wait,
have...
are we doing back and forth like 1, 2, 3,
No,
4?
we're each doing our picks.
Each doing our own picks.
Yeah.
Perfect. Got you.
So with the first pick, it's been this like 3 weeks or 3 times in a row, but it's gonna be Zachary or Shea. Before I get into him, I want to talk about Alexander Sarr because he's kind of been like the unanimous #1 pick throughout mock drafts.
Yeah.
And people are like, he's a great fit next to Jalen Duren. I don't care what fits next to Jalen Duren. I care what fits next to Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. This can't be the 3rd season in a row of Cade Cunningham being your best 3-point shooter. It just cannot happen. It's disgusting. So I would rather get someone that benefits that. So give me someone that's going to space the floor. Zachary Shea is shooting 56.3% from the 3-point line. That's disgusting numbers. And that's the fit the Pistons need. This should be their guy. He's going to be great next to Sarr Thompson as well. And this would benefit the Pistons so much.
Yeah, I also went Shea. I mean, you could say he might have the higher ceiling. I don't know, but I can't look past a guy who could shoot. And then, first off, okay, let's say Sarr isn't the shooter because he hasn't been a great shooter. Like that's
very
not
inconsistent.
his form looks cool, but that doesn't mean he can shoot all right away. You cannot give Cade a starting lineup that includes Sarr, Duren, and Asor Thompson. You cannot
That's
do
so
that.
bad. That's so bad.
You can't do that. So I agree. Shea should be the #1 pick just off of strength that he can shoot the ball. So we agree on that one.
Not only can he shoot the ball, he's an off-ball scorer, so he's going to sit over there while Cade and Ivy can run their little dribble up top and dot and run at the hoop. So that's awesome for the team. And he's an underrated slasher. He's like 6'9", too, 6'10", depending where you look. That's
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, that's a dream build.
Yeah.
So give me that. Yeah. But for second pick, I'll let you go first. We'll interchange who goes first.
Second pick, I went Alexander Sarr. I think at the end of the day, he's still got like some of the most potential in the draft. So the Wizards are kind of a team who it's not about fit. It's about you pick the best dude. So I think for them, they pick Sarr because it's like, we just got to we got to pick the guy, like the best player. So I think he still has a good chance to be a great player. I'm not out on Alexander Sarr. I think he'll be a great player. I think, and for this type of situation, hey man, pick Sarr, bro. Like you just need the best prospect. So get Sarr.
I'm not completely sold on Sarr. I've said that before, but I also have him going #2 because like the Wizards are just going to take BPA.
They have to.
Sarr and Kuzma, they could be a fun duo. I'm not gonna lie. I think it'd benefit Kuzma, getting a 7'1" defender who likes to block shots. I think that can be some fun, and especially if Sarr can develop that 3-point shot like people are hoping for. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm seeing a lot of Jaren Jackson comparisons.
That's what I've been hearing too.
Yeah. So I like that pick. I want Sarr as well. 2 for 2. Will we go 3 for 3? Because the Hornets are taking one of my stamp of approval, Stephon Castle.
Oh my gosh. 3 for 3.
3 for 3. This is a very entertaining podcast where we like give interchanging thoughts so you guys can get different perspectives.
Bro, it's just because I feel like the fit is so good here.
It's awesome. LaMelo, Castle, and Miller moves mountains.
Mountains, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, just off aura, that might be my favorite trio in the NBA. Like that team would be so much fun.
It would, because like I think at this point they just need a backcourt mate for LaMelo because James Bouknight.
Let's be serious.
Trey Man, he looked good in Charlotte, but I don't think he's your future guy yet. You gotta let him have a full season. Brandon Miller's a 3, so you're good. He has a wing, and then Mark Williams I think is a good center. I feel like Mark Williams is a pretty solid center to have. So I feel like get that 2. And he's a big 2 as well. Like he's not some little 2. Like he's like 6'5", 6'6", right?
Yeah, 6'5", I think. And he's a hustle defender and he likes to attack the rim. Let LaMelo Ball get some spacing. Like this is gonna be a fun team in Charlotte. I never thought I'd say Charlotte could have a bright future, but with how weak it gets in the East, the Hornets can have some fun next year.
They could. We say that all the time though, and then something always goes wrong, and then they don't. But like they could.
Yeah, but I've been having the Stephon Castle stamp of approval. I've been excited to see all the hype he's been getting because when we did our first mock draft, he's like in the 20 range. I was like, you guys, this guy's young. He's a freak athlete that can dunk and defend. How could you not love that? And so eyes are being opened.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what he does.
But now we go to number 4. We're gonna go to the Trailblazers. They can pick about anything that's not a guard.
Yeah, the thing is, 4 is so high to where it's like the guys who the guy who I picked here, I feel like it's a reach,
Uh,
but it's like I don't know where else to go because they really just it's really a wing thing. They really just need a wing.
okay.
And I went for the dude with the most potential there. And this is again, it's a reach, and I am acknowledging it as a reach.
Mm.
Matas Buzelis, bro. I know at 4 is crazy.
Call me an Everton Wendy's because we are 4 for 4.
Oh my God.
This is awesome. This is peak content.
Bro. I'm just glad we agree because it's
Yeah.
like, look, maybe it makes sense for them to trade down. I don't know, but like there's no don't pick a guard. You have 3 guards on the team. Don't be
Mm.
dumb and do that. You
Mm.
have bigs, so you kind of cool there. Get a wing,
Yeah.
and whoever that wing is, I want Buzelis because he has probably the most upside
Mm.
at that
Yeah.
position. And look, sometimes you gotta just go upside.
Mm. And I mean, he's 6'10", he's athletic. It just he needs a 3-point shot to come back. 'Cause he was shooting like 45% in high school and then shot like 23% in the G League or something atrocious like that.
Yeah.
3-point shots gotta follow along. But hey, he's a freak athlete. Low-key underrated defender as well. He was getting a lot of blocks in the G League, so that could be some fun for Portland, and I think that'd be a
Hmm.
fun fit for him. It just has to
Yeah.
be a wing.
Yeah, it has to be a wing. You can't be dumb and pick another position. It has to be a wing. Wholeheartedly has to be a wing. And I feel like we're gonna go 5 for 5.
We aren't.
Oh, we aren't. Okay. Okay. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
I know what this pick has been 4 mock drafts in a row. He got like a 3-month injury though, so I'm a little worried.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think of the fact that I think the Spurs, I still believe they're going to trade for Trae Young. I'm still on that train.
You're still well, that's you on Pelicans.
Well, either or. It's just I want Pelicans, but I still think San Antonio is going to pull it off.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
I want to do a guard who I think could play the 1 or 2. And tell me this would not be the most fun trio of all time of Victor Wembanyama, Trae Young, and Rob Dillingham.
Ah, you went the Rob well.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I
went
just
the
think that team
Rob
would be
well.
so much fun. Just Rob's
Hmm.
just got such versatility when it comes to scoring. He's so quick and shifty. He can make any layup. He can still pass as well. And he's just he's literally lightning in a bottle. It's always a big play that's about to happen with Rob. And to
Hmm.
just Rob Dillingham and Victor Wembanyama, like I'm about to start fangirling over here. Like I'm about to start laying on my stomach, kicking my feet up, thinking about it because that would my 2 favorite players in the NBA.
Yeah, that would be a lot of aura. That would be a lot of aura. My
Mm.
only question mark with that is I ain't gonna lie, the backcourt of Trae Young and Rob Dillingham sounds like food. Like I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like
Hey,
this is braised oxtail over here,
yeah,
yams, collard greens. Like that sounds like food. I ain't
yeah,
gonna
but
lie.
have fun, guys. Just run into Victor
True,
Wembanyama. When
true.
in
That's
doubt,
true too.
Wembanyama it out.
Yeah, that's very true too. So I guess that's facts. I
Mm.
went for Topic, if you can
Mm.
tell.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So I see that you went your draft, like you consider trades. I guess
Mm.
I didn't think about no trade. I'm just like, hey, this is the order. We're going in
I
this
think it's
order.
one of 2 or 3 times I did it.
Okay, that's fine. No, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like
Hey.
predicting a trade.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Mm.
rock with that. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with Topic because I think it's been said he's probably the best passer in this draft.
By far.
By far. He's a big guard too. So I guess if
Mm.
they still wanted to get Trae Young, he would be like the height would be there to play the 2, but they'd both be having the ball in their hands. It might be kind of the DeJounte Trae Young thing again.
Uh-huh.
But with Topic, the only question mark is the shooting. But I think
Mm.
right now you get the best passer because you have freaking Wemby over there.
Mm.
Throw him the ball. That's literally
Mm.
all Topic needs to worry about is giving the ball to Wembanyama. So I think having the best passer available, you got to pick him at 5.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great fit. It's just the only reason he slipped, I probably would have taken him. It's just he had the 3-month injury. It just kind of worries me for a young guy. I think it was a knee injury as well, which is just it's a little bit of a red flag for me. And just with this being not a weak draft, but a
Yeah.
weaker one,
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
tiny things matter. And
That's
so
true.
I just gave Rob the upper advantage with that one.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
So that'll bring us to number 6, where the Toronto Raptors are on the board. I'm not going Zach
So
Edey this time.
I just realized that I tweaked and had those flipped 6 and 7.
Okay.
I had the Grizzlies at 6 and the Raptors at 7.
Some websites had different orders. On mine, I
Okay.
got from CBS, I think.
Okay. I'll just keep because technically it's still a lottery, so we don't
Yeah.
know. So I'm gonna just leave
Yeah,
the
stick
Grizzlies at
with your
6.
order.
I'll stick with mine. I'm not mad at it. I think we both know what it is though. It's
We
Donovan
we've
Clingan.
been
It's
talking about it for
Clingan.
years.
Bro, it needs to happen. I need
Yeah.
it to happen. I don't care. It needs to happen, bro.
Yeah.
Like Slinging Jaren Jackson will feed families with Ja. That's just too much aura to pass on,
Yeah.
bro. I can't, bro.
Mm.
Perfect fit. Like
Yeah.
Wemby, yeah, aura's there with the blocks, but clinging Jaren Jackson as a front court,
Mm.
you don't want to
Y-
go in that paint
You
because you're
get
just
yeah.
not.
So you get DPOY Jaren Jackson back because like he was so good when he had Steven Adams there, but then
Yeah.
once he left, it just crap the bed. So now you're gonna get someone like you can argue might be a better defender than Steven Adams. And the
Exactly.
mountains will be moved.
And rebounding. That's
Mm.
been,
Yeah,
Jaren
because
Jackson.
Jaren, you don't rebound.
No, that boy be
Yeah.
getting 5 rebounds, bro.
Mm.
So Clingan could come in and literally probably average a double double.
Mm.
Like, and then even offensively, obviously I know he didn't have a bag or nothing, but Jaw's a good passer.
Yeah.
So I
Just
think
throw
he
some
could
oops.
exactly he could get
Mm.
some buckets off of those. So this is the fit I want. Now if the Raptors were 6, I'm not gonna lie, the Raptors might take Clingan at 6 if it was them.
Yeah, we're 5 for 6 Everton. 'Cause I had Donovan Clingan going here.
For the Raptors.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we only had to pick 5 differently, but it's just like Scotty Barnes a great perimeter defender. You give him the best paint defender in the draft, and the Raptors got defense like figured out like that.
literally.
It gets some more scoring over there. It's just that Raptors team would be a lot of fun, and
Mhm.
I'm very excited for the future of the Raptors. This pick were to happen because like you get Quickly, you got Barrett, you got Grady Dick, like you got a lot of things going in Toronto, and with the East being weaker, I'd be surprised if I don't see the Raptors in the playoffs next season.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all, man.
So that'll move us to 7, where I'll
Hmm.
have my first ever trade happening.
Yeah.
And so at 7, who do you have the rap? I'm first. What am I talking about? Yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Dalton Connect. I'm not gonna talk too
Okay.
much about it just because I already talked about it in the team in the my five GM. Wow, it's not my GM. This isn't 2K. In the 5 out GM, I already talked about it. If you're listening to the whole podcast, you already know. But if you're watching on YouTube, just go to the previous segment. Dalton Connect, the magic they need shooting, and Dalton Connect's the best shooter in the draft. And being at 23 years old, he's gonna contribute right off the bat.
Yeah. So in my order, I messed it up. I have the Raptors at 7. And I'm not gonna lie, I got Rob. I know it's kind
Mm,
of confusing because they have Quickly, but it's like I don't see Rob falling this far down. Like
you just
he's just
can't.
too hot of a commodity. And honestly, drafting Rob makes it easier for you to be like, do we really need to bring back Quickly? Like, do we need to
Real.
over? No, hold on. Let me say that. Did you say really or
Yeah. No,
real?
I said real.
Like, do we really need to pay Quickly 30 million, 25 million, like whatever?
Mm,
Or do we just draft Rob and
mm,
say, my fault,
yeah.
bro? You know,
But
because
did you really trade OG Anunoby for RJ Barrett?
he damn. True. Like, you know what? Quickly could probably start the first year, like
Yeah.
rookie year Rob, and then
Hmm.
after that, Rob probably gonna get that job.
Yeah. And then quickly, you are a Washington Wizard.
Yeah, like I hate that the Wizards are just like, just send him there. He'll
It's
go there. Like, but no, let's
like being sent to
realistically.
Alcatraz.
Oh, true. That's facts. It's better than that. But yeah, I think Rob, he's just not gonna fall that much further down, especially not this next team. I
Mm.
don't want Rob in this next team. So yeah, Toronto Rob would be really fun to be honest.
It scared me. I forgot this team's next. But we're going to Utah. If you guys forgot, like me and Everton tend to do, the Utah Jazz are a basketball team in the
They
National
are.
Basketball Association.
Yes, they do
I'm not gonna.
exist.
I'd be forgetting.
Me too. I'd definitely be forgetting. So even though I like the player that I put here for the Jazz, after a while, once he gets drafted by them, I'll probably just be like, damn, oh, Murchie's still in the NBA. Like that's how it's gonna feel. But for 8, I got Utah taking Reed Shepherd. I don't
Uh,
know.
now
Like,
that's a perfect fit.
you know why I picked him, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly why you picked Reed Shepherd.
No, but like he's a great player. I love Reed Shepherd. I think he's a phenomenal player. He's another one where guys like I don't think he'll fall much further than 8.
Mm,
So and then I think he fits. Like Colin Sexton's a dog. Why not put a
yeah.
dog right next to him?
Mm,
Keontae George, he's got some things to figure out, and he can still be your future point guard because you can
mm,
always move people to the bench. That's the thing.
yeah.
They have flexibility there. But then I think Reed Shepherd, like he does all the things they want from a point guard, right?
Mm,
I'd say he's a 1
yeah.
because he can pass.
Oh,
So,
he's a great passer.
and then at the end of the day, Utah, they're Utah. So
Yeah. No seasoning in Utah.
no,
But
not at all.
when I was thinking about the Jazz, I made this pick for 2 reasons. One,
Hmm.
so I'm going with the wing. I want Ron Holland here. So
Ron Holland, yeah.
my thinking was one, you either draft the opposite of Laurie, so he can either come off for the bench for him, or this is your Laurie replacement, depending if Laurie moves this offseason. I think Ron Holland, like, he'd look great. The G League teams, the Ignite
They
sucks. But Ron Holland,
suck.
you can still see the potential. Like, he's athletic, he can defend. The 3-point shot kind of fell off a little bit, but it's gonna take some time to develop. And I think Ron Holland would be an awesome fit because, like, I love Reed Shepard in Utah. I think that'd be great, but I really want to see Keontae George. I think I'm gonna watch Utah Jazz, but like I've heard great things about Keontae George. Like I want to
Yeah,
keep seeing that going. I don't want to hinder
facts.
that by any chance.
That's true. I
And
agree.
here's
I am
the
mad at
big
that.
thing with this draft is like a lot of this is gonna be like scheme fit. Like I feel like a lot of this is gonna be BPH because like there isn't like every all-star in the world in this draft. So I think that's why some players who like shouldn't fall are just naturally going to fall in this draft.
Because of that. Yeah, that's a great point. It's a phenomenal point.
Stop. So that'll bring us to 9. We're gonna be at the Houston Rockets, and one of the names that should have been falling this far is gonna fall into the grasp of maybe the best young core in the NBA. And I'm having Nikola Topic go here. He's gonna be a potential Fred VanVleet
Oh, I
replacement.
forgot you didn't have him picked
Yeah,
yet.
because like
Okay.
the Rockets are going to need a point guard in the future because VanVleet's old and Amen Thompson is clearly not going to be a point guard for you guys. So you
Nah.
get someone to be a great passer, can distribute to all these like you just have a bunch of freak scorers on this team. Like Jalen Green likes to give you a bucket, Whitmore wants to get a bucket. Like it's just a bunch of guys that want to score. So who's gonna lead that mission? That's gonna be Nikola Topic, and he can still get you a bucket when you need it as well. It's just the future Houston would be so bright with this move, and I would love it dearly.
Yeah, I like that pick. The thing with me, I already had Topic and Rob off the board at this
Yeah,
point in terms of like the point guards who I think would fit, and even Reed too.
yeah.
So I just went for the other guy who's probably like the BPA at this point.
Mm.
And hey, the Rockets are a team that's on the come up. They might want to get a guy who can help them win right now.
Yeah,
I got Dalton Connect here. I mean, I know
that's a
it's like
great pick.
right, like because he can score, and that's hey, they need a guy who could just come in, score the ball, and I feel like when Jalen Green, hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if he's having one of those things where he starts off the season, like, is he okay? Dalton
Yeah.
Connect could come in and score.
Mm.
So I think just off of the strength of him being an older prospect who can be good right away for a team who probably wants to pursue being a playoff team next year, perfect pick.
Yeah, no, I love that fit as well. It's just a perfect spark plug off the bench. I would love the Houston Rockets next season. Like a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that will move us to 10. And now we have the Atlanta Hawks. Everton, who's going here?
So for Atlanta, again, obviously this offseason is going to be interesting in terms of what they do moving forward in terms of their two guards.
Better be something.
Yeah, they cannot go another season having those two as their 1 and 2. They got to move off of one of them. We kind of have an idea who, but anyways, at 10 though, I have the Hawks taking Ron Holland. I think at this point he has probably the most upside of pretty much any other prospect left at this point. And he's a great wing. I guess, yeah, they have DeAndre Hunter, but DeAndre Hunter could come off the bench, bro. It's really not that hard. Like
it's DeAndre Hunter.
It's DeAndre Hunter, bro. Like it's okay. And then Jalen Johnson, I think, is a good 4. I like Ron Holland. I think if they do keep either or, because DeJounte Murray can pass the ball. I know Trae Young's probably a better passer, but DeJounte Murray can pass the ball. Whichever guard he plays with, I think would be able to feed him pretty well in terms of getting the ball. So I like this pick. I think he's just a solid wing with great upside, and yeah, I like this pick.
Dude, that team would have like some dogs on it. Like they're not gonna win a lot of games, but it's gonna be some gritty basketball, and I'd be here for it.
Yeah, me too. Atlanta basketball. Sometimes you just need some fun out there, man.
And what's totally gonna be a fun pick is when I have him doing Reed Shepard at 10.
That's a good
great passer. He's a good defender to complement DeJounte Murray. Can play off ball, can't play on ball. Like he can do both sides of it. It's just I think that'd be a better pairing than it would be with Trae Young and DeJounte. And Reed can't go any lower than this.
No, I don't think so. I like that pick. Like I said, the thing that made it hard for me is like the guys who I feel like would fit a certain team were off the board. So I'm like, okay, well, just roll with it, I guess.
All right, so that's the first 10 through. So for the rest of this, because we're going to 23, we're not gonna like speed run it, but we're just gonna say a name, a couple sentences, move on.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
Yeah, so number 11, my Chicago Bulls. I had him taking this guy in the 5-out rebuild. They're gonna say the same. It's gonna be to John Salon,
Same here.
6'9" guy. I didn't realize that shot was like that, but he's athletic and just the upside is one of the highest upsides in the draft. So that's who the Bulls take.
I'm not gonna say anything more. I had the same name, and Joey just said all that needs to be said. So we're all good. Let's move on to 12.
I can't wait to watch his back and see how many same picks me and Everton have.
Bro,
we're at 5 or 6 already.
We're definitely a few in already having the same, which is inevitable at this point.
So then who do the Thunder take?
Okay, so I was a little torn, but I went with
Yeah.
Cody Williams. I know that's like cliche, but like, it's Cody Williams. I still think he's a good player. I know his March Madness was a little like,
Yeah. Very eye
but I
raising.
think the thing that I've noticed with my team as a Thunder fan is we've built such a solid like young core and all that to where it's like we could kind of reach,
Mm,
and like, hey, why not let bro play with his brother? Like,
yeah.
So I feel like it's fine us taking him at 12. Sure, maybe that I don't even think that's a real reach though. I feel like he's still a lottery talent.
Hmm.
But he's a solid player. He's a wing. We still do need wings. Like I know J-Dub's playing the four, but he should really be playing the three. But whatever, he can still play the four. Lou Dort's cool, but long term, I do think we should consider getting another wing.
Hmm.
So it was either, and plus the guy who I wanted us to pick, he's a top pick at this point. So I wanted
Yeah.
Klingon the whole season. I was like Klingon, but he's
Yeah.
he's too far up, bro.
Mm.
It's not
He
happening.
did too
So
well.
he did too well, bro. So at this point, Cody Williams, I'm rolling with at
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. Me and Everton done it again. I also went Cody Williams, even though I don't
Oh,
like him.
damn.
And my reasoning was this team just runs off vibes, and this is the great vibe pick. So that
This
was my
is the
only
great five pick.
reasoning. Just off
Yeah, there's
vibes.
only one other person that could have been picked here if we're talking about vibes, but he did not get picked here.
Well, he's going next for me. He's going to Sacramento. I picked Jared McCain.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's
It's
fair.
just they need a spark plug off the bench, someone that can score. Like they don't
Hmm.
have that at all. And Jared McCain, he's ready to get you some buckets and he can pass the ball as well. And he's a dog. He dives for everything. I think it'd be a great pick for Sacramento.
Yeah. For Sacramento, they were a hard one for me too. Because I thought about a guy like Jared McCain or even like a Jacoby Walter, but I'm like,
Yeah.
they can't make a mistake and pick another defensive guard.
Yeah.
And look what happened with not Davion Mitchell.
Hmm.
But then also, I didn't consider Malik Monk leaving, so I figured they'd have like three guards on a roster already. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're probably gonna go wing or big, but the wings left was kind of like, mm,
Yeah, a little shaky.
So you know what? I just went for the piss you off pick, Kyle Filipowski, bro. Yeah, I just get mad.
Sabonis and Filipowski. That's haram
But
ball.
I know, but I think he could low-key learn something from Sabonis because I'm not gonna say they have a similar play style, but I think he could learn to become a better passing big.
Mm,
And look, the Kings already don't play defense anyways. Why not
yeah.
have another dude who could help
Well,
you offensively?
Sabonis got a third place vote for Defensive Player of the Year. Had more votes than Chet Holmgren did.
What?
Mm. I can send you the screenshot. Like they did the list for the first place, second place, third place votes.
Hmm.
Sabonis got a third place vote. Chet Holmgren didn't even get a single vote.
You don't get me mad. Let's go to number 14.
Number
What the
14. I went Kyle Filipowski at 14. I don't like him at all. I think he stinks, but like the Blazers are gonna go center, and like it's just even though I don't think he's good, a 7-foot guy that can shoot is just such an attractive build in the NBA. He's not gonna
Hmm.
fall. He's gonna be a lottery pick.
Yeah. And I went for Yves Massi
Mm,
for the Blazers. Again, I think they're going big only because they still have question marks in terms of Aiden and Rob Williams. So if they decide to move on for one of those, why not have a young big like Massi? I don't
yeah,
see an issue with
I
that.
like that.
So might as well take the gamble.
Yeah, and then 15 for the Heat. Jacoby Walter can't fall anymore. You know, it's another player I'm not the biggest fan of.
Oh
It's just
my gosh.
there's some great upside there. He's supposed to be a 3 and D player, and the Heat they can't. There's no. I mean, unless they want to draft Devin Carter, I guess. But there's only gonna be so many old people here. They gotta take him.
I would Jacoby Walter too. I think the Heat would be such a good landing spot for him because like
Mhm.
he's young. And I think there's potential there. And I feel like the Heat is
Yeah.
probably the best team to bring out that potential.
Hmm.
So I also want Jacoby Walter.
This is great. This is great content.
Oh my
76ers at
gosh.
16. Where they take him?
Um, I had Jared McCain again.
Okay.
I think the vibes are there, one, but he's generally a good player. And I think depending on how they do this offseason, if they do really go the whole swing big and just get Paul George, why not get a guy who can be a spark plug for them off the bench and Jared
Hmm.
McCain? So yeah, I say him at 16 for the Sixers is what I want.
I like that. I went Tristan Da Silva because he's pretty much what you
Mm.
want Tobias Harris to be, where it's just
Hmm.
he's a stretch big. That's exactly what he's gonna be. And he's 23, so he can contribute right off the bat, and you don't have to
Hmm.
bring back Tobias Harris.
Yeah, that's facts. That's a good pick. That's a really good pick, actually. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now we're at pick 17, the LA Lakers.
Oh no, it's you. It's not me.
Oh, I know. I'm just building up some suspense because I did put Bronny James on my list.
Oh my.
Listen, like at this point, there's only be so many rookies that are gonna contribute right off the bat. Bronny James is bringing back LeBron, and you're selling so many jersey sales. This is just a pure business move. And Lakers, they don't like winning games; they like doing business, so they're taking Bronny.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just seen a report before we started talking about the Lakers still willing to draft Bronny, even though LeBron says it's not a priority. So I'm not mad at the pick. I still want to pick just off of who I think they should take,
Uh-huh.
but I would not be surprised to hear Bronny James' name get called 17th. I want Tristan Da Silva
Hmm.
because he's a stretch big and he could either push LeBron back to the three and
Yeah.
be a floor spacer, but they just need floor spacing wings. I feel like a lot of their
Mm.
wings are just either Torian Prince, who come on.
Yeah.
And then you got Jared Vanderbilt who plays some defense, but get him
Does
off the
not
court
play. Yeah.
offensively. And then Cam Reddish is kind of the same thing. I think De Silva, one, he's able to come in and probably contribute right away and stretch big. You can't go wrong
Mm.
with that.
You can't. They need some floor spacing badly. And then I'll bring it for. Will be you the Magic. Me will be the Memphis Grizzlies.
So for me is the Magic. I went Devin Carter, as I said earlier. Again, I think a guy who can contribute as a guard right away. And I know it's a bit of a logjam, so it might be a little confusing. But again, I kind of went just like who's available that I think would make sense. Devin Carter.
Yeah, I
So
like that.
yeah.
Well, for my Grizzlies, I went Yves Massi. It's just like
Mm.
that's pretty much the slightly worse version of Donovan Clingan. It's still gonna
Yeah.
help the game of Jaren Jackson a ton, and it's just a
Mm.
great scheme fit. So if you can walk out of this draft with a center like Yves Massi and you get Cole Anthony off the bench, Grizzlies will be a whole lot of fun next year.
That's facts. I agree. Yeah, that's facts.
The 19, the Raptors on the board again,
Hmm.
and Everton. You went Rob Dillingham earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you won't be going guard here, but I want Isaiah Collier. The potential is just
Hmm.
too big, and that's a
Hmm.
guard you can bring off the bench. And if it works out, it works out.
Yeah, that's facts. That is
Yeah.
facts. Yeah. Obviously you went Klingon earlier,
Yeah.
right, for the Raptors. Okay,
Uh,
so I went Rob earlier, so ironically I went big, of course, and I went
oh,
Zach Edey. So
yeah, I
I
like that.
think bring him home, right? He's from Canada, right?
Mm,
Am I
he
tripping?
is.
Yeah, he's from Canada, so bring him home, and he's generally a good center. I think people are just trying to do the whole he's tall, I don't care,
Yeah.
but look, I think the potential's there. Like, he could play behind Jakob or he could start. Like, you can't pass up on a dude being 7'4", 280, bro.
You
That can
can't.
actually work in the post.
Yeah.
So the spacing might be a little funky with him and actually with Rob, Dick, Grady Dick,
Yeah.
RJ and Scotty. That might not be the worst thing in the world for Zach Edey. So yeah, I think that's a good pick. Bring him home. Why
I
not?
would like that a lot. And if I didn't go center earlier, I would have picked Zach Edey here for the Raptors.
Hmm.
But that'll bring us to 20, where the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm gonna cut you off everything because this is where I have Zach Edey going.
Mm.
He's not
Okay,
gonna
I had
start, but the
yeah.
Cavs just have no depth when it comes to big men. It's like shocking. So they're gonna get one here.
Okay, so for the Cavs, I went Kevin McCullough.
I like that.
I know he didn't play a lot this season, but when he was on the court, bro
Mm.
he
He was
was
the best
hooping
player on Kansas. I
pretty
I
much.
have friends that go to Kansas and they're in love with him.
Yeah, he was the best player. And again, the Cavs, depending on how this offseason works out, if they do want to still compete, he'd be a guy who could come in and compete right away.
Mm.
And but if they don't want to compete, then I guess get a potential dude. But for me, I think Kevin McCullough is the best pick for them here.
I agree. It's just the Cavs are gonna look a lot different next year.
They are. They definitely are.
So I cut you off, so I'm gonna let you go first now for the Pelicans.
For the Pelicans, I do have Isaiah Collier here. I think, like
Mm.
you said, the potential is too crazy. Now, obviously, the Trae Young thing's been looming, but
Yeah.
we don't know if that's going to happen. So I feel like getting a point guard here is smart. And if it works out, man, Collier, Zion Williamson might feed families, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Zion's gonna eat the food himself. Joking, joking, joking. But no, I think Collier. Damn, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah.
But no, Collier, I think, is a solid player, and the potential's still there,
Mm.
but he's got to just reach the potential. That's the real question mark.
Yeah. So I want another potential pick. I went Tyler Smith from the G League Ignite, a
Mm,
6'11" forward who's shooting well from the 3-point line when he's supposed to be an athletic guy and get in the paint. That's just a lot of promise. And if
mhm.
you can do the opposite of Zion and get a forward that can shoot, I think that helps the Pelicans a ton.
Yeah, I am not mad at that at all.
So then now we have the Phoenix Suns, who I have taking Ryan Dunn because this team needs some defense badly, and he has the potential upside to be the best perimeter defender in this draft. Go get that.
Mm, I am not mad at that. It was either him or I went Tyler Collect from Marquette
Yeah,
because they need point guard play. Like you can't just keep having this D-Book Bradley Beal run thing. You have to get an actual point guard.
yeah.
So I think the defensive thing might be a little questionable, but
Mm,
I think just having a pure point guard who can space the floor and do all the other things,
mm.
I think you kind of have to, especially at 22. Why not?
Yeah. And all I'm gonna say is with Tyler Collect, because I had a lot of faith in Marquette this year. I had them winning March Madness, even though they didn't. No,
Hmm.
he might have the best left-handed layup I've seen in the entirety of basketball. Like seriously, when it's a left-handed layup, I've never seen him miss it. It's insane. That's my biggest upside for him. So then
Okay.
for the final pick, Milwaukee Bucks, or at least for our mock draft, because we're just doing the teams that got eliminated. Milwaukee Bucks at 23. Are you first, or is it me?
I think you just went, so I guess I'll go.
Got you.
I got Deron Holmes.
Okay.
I think this is a good one. Again, an older guy. Like, I feel like this draft is going to be filled with a lot of older guys. Pause. Because like they're going to be able to contribute, and I think for the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, look, if you get a guy like Deron Holmes and he works out, he might make Bobby Portis expendable because his strengths kind of remind me of like a Bobby Portis, where it's like he can score, shoot the 3 ball, and he's got some decent size. If he can really work out, he might be able to get rid of Bobby Portis and get some value and make this team make a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
you know,
because they need that badly. I like that pick a lot. I actually wish I did that one myself, but I went Kevin McCullough because I know he had the injury, but he only fouled so far. Nice 3-and-D player, and he's older, so he's going to benefit right off the bat off the bench.
That's a great pick. Either or, I think is a good pick for the Bucks, to be honest.
So that's our mock draft. We're gonna quickly speed run it. I'll go first. Everton, get your drink of water because it's gonna be a lot. And I'm not saying the numbers every time. I'm saying the team and the player, so you guys can keep track of that. But Pistons, Zachary Reese-Hache. Wizards, Alexander Sarr. Hornets, Stephon Castle. Trailblazers, Matthias Buzelis. Spurs, Rob Dillingham. Raptors, Donovan Clingan. Trade up for the Magic where they'll take Dalton Connect. And then the Jazz, Ron Holland. The Rockets, Nikola Topic. The Hawks, Reed Shepard. The Bulls, John Salon. The Thunder, Cody Williams. The Kings, Jared McCain. The Trailblazers, Kyle Filipowski. The Heat, Jacoby Walter. The Sixers, Tristan Da Silva. The Lakers, Bronny James. 18, where the Grizzlies, they traded back, take Yves Messi. The Raptors take Isaiah Collier. The Cavs take Zach Edey. The Pelicans take Tyler Smith. The Suns take Ryan Dunn. And the Milwaukee Bucks take Kevin McCullough Jr.
Perfect. All right, so Pistons got Alexander Sarr. Wizards get wait, did I say Alexander Sarr? Sorry. Pistons get Zachary Reese-Hache. Wizards get Alexander Sarr. Hornets get Stephon Castle. Blazers get Buzelis. Spurs get Topic. Grizzlies get Clingan. Raptors get Rob. Jazz get Reed. Rockets get Dalton Connect. Hawks get Holland. Bulls get Salon. Thunder get Cody Williams. Kings get Filipowski. Blazers get Messi. Heat get Walter. Sixers get McCain. Lakers get Da Silva. Magic get Devin Carter. Raptors get Zach Edey. Cavs get McCullough. Pelicans get Collier. Suns get Collect. And Bucks get Deron Holmes. Yeah.
Great
mock
work,
draft.
Everton.
Mock draft.
And that's mock draft. Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey the Master LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.